And friends, this leads us to the third and final principle of starting strong this morning. Take a look, is that sometimes we have to risk it for the biscuit. Now, friends, as you and I both know, in fact, I've told this too many times, you know that I love Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits. Like, if I had to take the top 100 inventions of all time, number 1, air conditioning, number 2, GPS, number 3, Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits. That's how important they are. Now, here's the idea. There is a list of things in life that if you asked me to do them, I would probably say no. Things like bungee jumping, skydiving, shopping at Fresh Market, okay? However, if you offered me a biscuit if I did that thing, I might just risk it for the biscuit. You see, friends, the idea is this, that sometimes you and I, we are so concerned because we know that if God places something on our heart that he wants us to do, we realize that there's a level of risk involved with that. For example, what if I apply for this job and I don't get it? Or what if I start exercising and it makes my condition worse? Or what if I reach out to the person that I'm having a conflict with and they cut me off entirely? Or what if I start this ministry that God has placed on my heart and I don't have the funding and the support to actually keep it going? You see, friends, as Nehemiah reminds us this morning, sometimes in starting strong, we have to be willing to risk it for the biscuit. And so, friends, in light of our passage this morning, I want to leave you today with 2 questions that you can ask yourself this upcoming week. Here's the first one. Take a look. I want to encourage you, ask yourself, what situation might God be placing on my heart? Okay, maybe he's nudging you, for example, to focus on your health or focus on your finances. Maybe he's encouraging you to start a project on your house, or maybe he's encouraging you to start a ministry to share the gospel of Jesus Christ with people. Maybe he's challenging you to get better organized, or to get more sleep, or to reconcile with the person on the other end of that broken relationship. I want to encourage you this morning to ask yourself, what situation might God be placing on my heart? And then number 2, take a look, what's the first step that I need to take? For example, maybe it's going to Crunch Fitness after church today and signing up. Yeah, no. Maybe it's getting a planner, or maybe it's getting a budget, sitting down and working that through. Maybe it's going to Home Depot or Lowe's and looking to see what you would actually need for whatever you need to work on your house. Or maybe it's getting your family together, your friends together, casting a vision for this ministry that you're looking at. Maybe it's getting a planner to kind of get more organized, or maybe it's being in bed by a certain time of the day, or maybe it's reaching out to that person with a call or a text. You see, friends, I want to encourage you this morning, once you've been praying about, God, what is it that's on my heart? What have you been placing on my heart? To ask that next question, what's the first step that I need to take? And then take it. You see, friends, as we see in Nehemiah today in the story, the hardest part sometimes is taking that first step. But you know what? If we can identify our motivation, if we can involve God in the process, and if sometimes we're willing to risk it for the biscuit, then that start will start out to be a strong start instead. And so, friends, I want to encourage you this morning, if there's something that God has been placing on your heart, you know you need to do it, you know you need to address it, you know you need to start it, I want to encourage you this morning to simply take the first step and start. Because, friends, that's what Nehemiah did in our passage today. He stood before the king and he said, hey, I'd like to go and rebuild my ancestors' city. And friends, you know what the king said in response? We'll find out together next week. Please join me in prayer.